Hello and welcome to the first official Orville review. Well, as I promised, I'm going to review the series on every Monday. Obviously, I won't be able to do it on Sunday evening because by the time when you see it in the US, for me it will be 2 o'clock in the morning, so it's just kind of not really manageable. Anyway, happened to see the Orville yesterday. Stayed up quite late. The overall reaction from me is I'm quite thrilled already. When I was watching the episode I was quite hyped already, and obviously prior the premiere I was watching all the trailers and the little clips that they actually released from Fox, and the whole show, it was just super amazing. And I was really hyped about it. Obviously when the whole thing is started, it felt like actually I'm watching a Star Trek show. I know the Orville is supposed to be something more unique than just a Star Trek, but it clearly feels like it's inspired by Star Trek. The whole show and the whole first episode, it reminded me a lot for Star Trek. So actually basically it was like an adventure from Star Trek, although it was a pilot, so we got to see the crew coming together, and you know, Captain Mercer gets actually his ship and he sort of assembled his crew, and he has a talk with everyone, general introduction. It was actually a really nice introduction to get to know a little bit about all the different people, all the different crewmates in the Orville. I think I just became a huge fan already. Something like this was missing very much from generally talking about sci-fi and TV history. It just, I'm really glad the Orville finally here. So let's talk about the characters. We have the two helmsmen, Lamar and Malloy. So Malloy is the newcomer to the Orville, and Lamar was already there, so he was the helmsman for the Orville. The two crewmate really becomes a good friend really at the beginning, so they already had this, you know, kind of love at first sight, let's say, moment when they actually got introduced to each other, and they really get a sense of out of each other, because basically the two guys the same, so they already have a good balance from the beginning of the episode. So it's actually a really nice touch already to, you know, to find the similarity between the two person. So we have Alara Kitara, the chief security officer. She actually a really adorable character, and obviously she kind of acts like as a superwoman, let's say, but she is a really unique character, and I think this is one of the best part of Orville, all the alien creatures actually that placed in the show. Not to mention about the, you know, the main characters as well, because you can actually relate them. They coming from Star Trek in a way, they inspired by Star Trek, but still it's something new, something fresh, something unique. We have Lieutenant Commander Bortus, the third of command of the ship. He's coming from a single gender species, and as I was reading some comments and articles, we're going to go into the planet of his planet basically, and we're going to discover more of his race, which I'm really looking forward to, because obviously it's interesting to have a single gender species, and according to the next trailer for the season 1 trailer, they lay eggs, so I'm quite interested to find out more about you know, this process, to find out how the two male can be, you know, which one is laying the eggs. So we have Isaac, the android, the artificial life form, not android, the artificial life form. He reminded me a bit of a Data and Spark, so it's like a basic, so it's like a really good balance between the two characters, and obviously if he has a different, more superior viewpoint as well towards the crew. Then we have Commander Grayson, the first officer of the ship, and also the ex-wife of Captain Mercer. From the trailer I thought she gonna be this, you know, overly annoying and I know everything better type of woman, but she actually was really a down-to-earth person, just really a human being who had a regret about, you know, breaking up with Ed, and you know, jeopardizing the whole marriage because they couldn't really fit the career and the marriage at the same time. And we have Dr. Finn, the chief medical officer of the Orville. I kind of felt with her, she has the characteristic of Bones and Guinan. I remember in the introduction part actually she said, because, you know, she had a really good record of medical achievements and knowledge that she could actually use somewhere else, not just necessarily in a mid-exploratory vessel. So she said, I always found more fascination and more inspiration on the field that I was needed, and she said, okay, this is your first command, then I think you will need my help. So basically that reminded me of Captain Picard and Guinan, the sort of balance between the two characters. And finally we have our Captain Ed Mercer, who played by Seth MacFarlane himself. There was a couple of critics already around prior to the show, like why Seth MacFarlane actually plays the main character. Why not is his show, and honestly that was his childhood dream, and I don't see anything wrong with it. And I think Seth MacFarlane really can you know, become the person who Ed Mercer. So Ed Mercer can actually become Seth MacFarlane, and Seth MacFarlane can become Ed Mercer, because they sort of had the same dream. So Ed Mercer really wanted to have a exploratory vessel, but obviously the marriage and the whole getting through the rough period just basically ruined the whole experience for him. So Seth MacFarlane written the character for himself, and that was his childhood dream, to make this series possible, and for Ed Mercer to actually serve on an exploratory vessel as a captain. The two person just really clicks and connects, and actually I was totally convinced, as it's not Ed Mercer, it's basically Seth MacFarlane who plays himself in this show. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna get something really special with the Orville. I think the crew is absolutely fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to actually discover more aspects of each character in the future. So let's talk a little bit about the music. I really love soundtracks, movie soundtracks and TV soundtracks, and I have a huge collection of TV soundtracks. And I was actually listening to the music as well in the show, and it gave me that classic sort of sci-fi feeling, and that classic you know, sort of Star Trek: The Next Generation plus, and something that goes back to space exploration, and is just a general a good feel from the music. So it really complements the actual scenes, and the battle music really suits when the Orville flies around the cruise ship. Absolutely amazing, the music piece. So the score actually really complements the series and the episode as well. The Orville is a beautiful ship. At the beginning I didn't really like the design, like, you know, just like basically you have the dish and you have this sort of quantum drive, that Spyro coming out from the end of the ship, but it grew on me, and I really love the effect actually when they said actually like engage quantum drive, and all the lights actually just start to flash, and you know, you can actually see, okay, it's actually happening. Something like in Star Trek when usually the ship goes to warp, then the cells actually start to glow, and just, you know, everything is just The ship itself feels really cool and comfortable. Again, it has a sort of a TNG feel, and I specifically like the beginning when they actually leave the starbase and you can see the bridge from the, so it's actually a glass dome above the bridge, so you can see the space and the stars. So it's a really neat touch, and again comes back to the original series Enterprise when they had this dome above the bridge. So it's a really neat touch. I'm really happy with that. I really love the ship design. Although in the first episode the ship got damaged a bit, so it really amazed me how fast this ship can move, and there was other ships as well in the series, so I'm really looking forward to actually dive myself into the technology and the visual universe behind the Orville. Okay, so as I said, the overall feeling for me, I really enjoyed it. I was thrilled through the episode, and I was afraid a little bit at the beginning, judging from the trailer, maybe the show will be too comedic. Actually it wasn't, so it was the comedy and the drama and the aspirational aspect of the Orville basically had a really good balance as well. So the comedy part didn't really overcome the dramatic part. So basically this sort of balance brings the series and the characters more close to us, because obviously you have a specific manner that how you actually react a certain situation, and how you react and how you behave in a certain environment, like in the bridge of the ship. It felt more real, more human in a sense. Ever since I watched the episode, I got quite a few comments on my previous Orville discussion video. The ratings are not really good, and you know, critics are criticizing the show. So like 11% for the first episode and like 25%, and it's like not going any well. Who cares about the critics? I was checking the Twitter feed and everyone was saying really positive things about it. Don't listen to the critics, just watch the show without any expectation and you're gonna be amazed. Maybe the critics being hired by CBS. I'm just saying. So yeah, I think that was my first episode review about the Orville. As I said, honestly I really enjoyed it, and I'm really looking forward to review and to watch the following episodes. So I'm definitely gonna talk about Orville in this channel more often and more in more depth. So there's gonna be one extra segment in this channel to Orville. So all the Orville fans are really welcome to TREKKERPRISE, and I'm looking forward to have all the discussion with Trekkies and non-Trekkies. in Orville and even in Star Trek Discovery. As I said, Star Trek Discovery will start on the 24th. I'm going to have a special guest on the first episode, plus I'm going to review the Discovery as well. So the next couple of months are gonna be really interesting, and I hope you're gonna stay tuned for me, and you're gonna join the discussion, and you will use the comment section as well. At the end, thank you very much for watching. Please let me know in the comment section below how much did you like about the Orville, and what was the favorite moment, or what did you like the most about the Orville. And also don't forget to like and share the video, and don't forget to subscribe to receive all the geekiness 2, 3 or even more times a week. Now I can't control myself. And until next time, live long and prosper.